What is up, my people? We are back, and it's been a while since we haven't talked about, boxing related stuff. Um, but I want to talk about it today. But it's particularly just boxing, not what's going on in boxing because there's a lot going on in boxing right now. But I want to talk about technique. I want to talk about setting up shots and how you set up shots. Now, this video that I'm going to show you guys is one of my own videos, and it's old. It's about I believe it's gonna be about maybe 4 or 5 years old. I think maybe less, maybe more. Um, but in this video, so I was looking at a lot of stuff that I was setting up, and I remembered, because I was there. That's me in black here. um, and I wanted to use this as an example of how you set up shots, and how you go about doing that if you're like a boxer or whatever. And maybe you're not gonna do it, but it's like it's fun to break it down, and how some of these boxers do it. I think they do it this way. But it's pretty simple. It's not rocket science or anything like that. It's just boxing. But um, but yeah, let's talk about it. So here in this video, this is the last round, right? This guy's a southpaw. I'm the guy in the black. Um, and I had been working on him already. The first round, I just let him, you know, hit me in the gloves. I put up the high guard, because I knew he was young, right? So I knew that he was going to start off really strong. Maybe it's a little panicky. People get a little panicky and start going all out in the first round. So I knew that was going to happen. He's also southpaw. So with southpaws, I tend to keep both of my hands up at first, just because I don't trust that I could react to a left-handed guy sometimes. So I keep both of the hands up and I paw at his lead hand. And I'm telling you this because the stuff that's gonna happen in this short clip here, it may seem like I'm a little bit more confident. It may seem like my hands or my lead hand is lower, and I'm a little bit more relaxed. But that's because I had already worked on him for two or three more earlier rounds, and I knew that I had him in this round. I had downloaded all the information that I needed to know. Um, he wasn't as aggressive anymore because I was countering him, and so this is pretty much an amalgamation, or I guess a result of me working on him already for a couple of rounds. Um, so it may seem like I'm the one doing everything, but that's because, like I said, he's already wary about getting hit with shots, and also he already went all out in like the first two rounds. Actually, this guy, it was like the first round. Um, and now I'm feeling a little bit more confident. I already took away his right hand. I already took away his left hand. So now it's just how many shots can you get in, and how many setups can you make this guy think about so that he could get like a. And that's what's going on in this clip here. He's already thinking too much about all the shots that I've been hitting him with. So he's like, is it gonna be this one? Is it gonna be that one? That's how I do it. That's how I work on an opponent. Um, it's a process for me. It's a process. And if you get lucky before that process, or if he gets lucky before the process is over, then that's the fight. But um, and I mean lucky by hitting me with a shot. Now this is sparring, all right? So some things in sparring I'm not gonna do, like for example, holding too much. Sometimes I will hold if I'm tired, but there's things in here that I could have done to him, that would make it rougher and make it more sportsman like. But I would win. But that's just the things I'm gonna point them out. I'm gonna point them out here in this video also because there's options that you could take and that's good to look at a video of yourself sparring so that you could examine it and you could study. Like, I was doing this wrong. There's a lot I did wrong in this video. Um, some of the things I was doing on purpose, because like I said, once I have established my jab and I have established most of my other shots, I know the fight's over, because I know that I'm going to hit you with all of the shots now. I already set up my one, I set up my two. I eliminated your jab, I eliminated your two. Now it's just practice for me. Okay, which is it already is, but you get my point. Um, so so let's look at this real quick. So the first thing I'm creeping up, right? When you do stuff like this, you're creeping up. Okay. Now the thing that I'm doing wrong is I'm lifting up the foot. It's better to just slide in, right? And the reason I do it like that is it kind of hides the back foot and creates a little bit of an illusion, you know. And they don't really think that you're gonna do anything like that. All right, so right there, I'm pretty much testing him, and I know that in the angle that I'm in, he's really gonna have to work hard to get me back. So now, right there, this is the one of the ones that I'm saying. So right there, I missed with all of those, right, and I threw my two. Now, what I could have done is laid my forearm on the back of his neck and put my weight on him. Okay, and then that would be better for me strategically, and it would be bad for him strategically. Okay, why? Because the fight is I threw my combo, right? I missed, but I still got the advantage because I'm holding him to hold his retaliation. And I'm also resting on him. He's also carrying my weight, and that'll wear him down in the later rounds. Okay, but I didn't do that. I instead opted for option number 2, which is just back up with a guard. So you're gonna block that, backing up. Okay, right there, I'm still feeling myself, bouncing a little bit. Okay, now what I do there with the feet, it is showing off, but it also creates the illusion that I'm getting closer with my feet. Okay, why? Because a wider stance just makes you wider, makes you take up more space, therefore get closer. Now there is such thing as a step-in jab, so that's another thing that I was working on him already, because I had already hit him to the solar plex like that. So yeah, everything I do, there's a reason for it, but it's also sometimes I'm just clowning around, and like I said, I had already been working on him. So now right there, I'm setting up. I know it looks like I'm doing some weird stuff, but I'm setting up my two. Okay, and the way I'm doing that is by showing him my lead hand. And so when you throw a flick jab, usually the elbow goes up sometimes, right? Or a part of it is that you see the elbow first, and it's going to be a flick jab, right? So I feel like people start catching up to that. So then I show them the elbow, and they don't know what to think. They think it's going to be a jab, but it's really a two. And that's why, if you notice, I think I launch at him from half of the ring. Okay, but that's how that happened. It's because he thought it was going to be a jab, but it wasn't. And after landing that jab, I pivot around his lead foot. I don't know what foot is, but I pivot around his lead foot, and I end up behind him and in a better position than he. So look at it one more time. Okay, look, I'm gonna show him like I'm gonna do the jab, right? I lift up, boom, hit him. So he thinks it's gonna be a jab, but it's really a two. Okay, I swing my hand around just to remind him that the flick jab could still get him. Okay. I go to the body, straight to the body, straight to the head. Boom. I hit him with the straight to the head. Now, the reason I do that is because, okay, I threw one to the head, right? So now he's a little bit worried about it because it landed pretty hard. So now he's gonna be like, all right, maybe he's gonna throw a two. I don't know. So I go to the body. He's not expecting that. And then I come back up to the top. So now he's really worried about that too. Okay. Now watch what I'm gonna do here. Is I'm going to show him my two. So feint like I'm gonna throw my two, and then hit him with a hook. Okay. So and notice how I use minute details. I mean minute movements to land his hook, because I know that he knows that I'm fast. Okay, and when you're that fast, you can overdo it with your movements. Meaning, if you're really fast, you could do like 3 or 4 movements, and the opponent thinks of all of them. He's like, okay, which one do I catch? So you have to almost slow yourself down for him, so that he could see what you want him to see to give him something else. So basically, if you're fast, all right, don't feint too fast. Feint slow so they'll see the feint coming, and then speed up when you're gonna throw the real punch. So now watch how I'm gonna show him the two, boom, and then I hit him with the three. So let's do it again. So look at the whole movement from here. Okay, you're gonna see me land a two to the body, two to the head. Now I go back to the body and pretend like I'm going low. Then I go. So both of the options that I had hit him with before went through his head. Why? Because I went low, acted like I was gonna go low, then I went up. So he's like, okay, who's gonna go low? He's gonna go up. He didn't. Boom, hook. All right. So it's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. You're setting up options for yourself little by little, right? And as the rounds go on, all of those options you could just pick from them. Pick, okay, I already did this a couple of times. I know he's expecting that. Let's go over here. Boom, go to the body. Okay, now he knows all of these. Now I gotta jab him a little bit and maybe grab him for a little bit, just to think of what I'm gonna do next. Push him out. You see what I mean? That's pretty much the gist of it. How you set up shots. Right. Now let's look at this real quick. Hands up. There you go. Okay, so that was a flick jab, but I just noticed how hard it landed. Flick jabs aren't supposed to be that strong, okay, but there is people that can hit you with a flick jab and make your head snap back. But okay, what's the essence of like a flick jab? All right, and this is not going to be about setups, even though this was a setup, because I was showing them all the options with my hand. When I swing my hand around like this, I'm showing him the 3 options that I have with my lead hand. I'm showing him a hook. I'm showing him a stiff jab, and I'm showing him a flick jab. So a flick jab would come. See right here when I swing it this way, that a hook could come from there. See right there, I'm showing him a hook. That could be a hook. That could be a flick jab. There you go. That could be a stiff jab. You see what I mean? So I what I'm trying to say is from the position, from your relaxed positions, you have to be able to throw punches, and that in itself is going to give people pause. Why? Because from any of that swing could turn into an attack. So if I swing it all the way over here, I could throw that into a hook slap or a slap. From here I could throw a stiff jab, and from all the way over here I could throw a flick jab. So all of those options are going through his head. Why? Because he's seen that already. The thing that the brain remembers a lot of times is what they see before they get hit, especially if you're quick, right? So almost like that's the last picture they saw before they saw white, right? So just think about that, and then you show all of them that, but then you give him the one that he's least expecting. Boom, right there, picture. You see, and it's the unexpected nature of it that gives people pause. It's not necessarily the strength or anything like that. You saw that hook. That was from that option that I showed you. Look where my hand was. See, it was all the way right there. So from anywhere, that lead hand has to be able to turn into an attack, and that's pretty much the essence of what a flick jab is. It's really what I like to call it is a lead hand. You know, and I've said it in another video. The reason I call it a lead hand instead of a flick jab or a stiff jab or whatever is because there's so many options that you have with your lead hand that you have to be constantly thinking about it as like a malleable object that could turn into a hook or turn into, and that's going to give your opponents too much to think about, and you haven't even started to land your two, right, or your power shots. That's just your lead hand. Okay. And of course, moving your head is also important as well. So just add the head movement to that as well. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, the other reason I was gonna show you guys this video is because I was looking at the similarities between my style and Ed's style from Street Fighter 6, and I thought it was funny, and I made a little like video, and I'm gonna put it for you guys at the end here. So that's it for today, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.
Hey ho! There you go. なるほどね。